Hello and welcome to day 8 of Inktober Tangles. So today's tangle is one that I've really enjoyed learning. It's called Cochombros, which I believe in Spanish is cucumbers, but if it's not Spanish then that's wrong translation. And this is a tangle by Tania, Ferriol, Jover, CZT. So I'll show you, that's what it looks like. So with a star with an outer kind of ribbony type thing really. And I had fun just doing the straightforward one, and then I did it again. The bit I found tricky is getting these equally spaced, but I decided it didn't actually matter. You still get quite an effective look. And then after I did that one, I wanted to try what it looked like with more curved lines. So I'm just with my pencil. So like this line here, instead of being a triangle, is curved so that it joins up with that line. This line is curved so it joins up with that one. So I quite enjoyed that. Quite fun. Anyway, let's see what I do today on my little journal. This is one that I made earlier this year. It's just cheap craft paper in here. Let me zoom you in. And this is what I would call a Marmite tangle. So there are some that people love and some that people hate. And I think this one, people are either going to love or hate because it just is that way. A lot of people like organic tangles, whereas this one is quite structured, and you don't want to start too big really in the middle because it does grow quite quickly. So I'm going to try and guesstimate a 60-degree angle that way. Whoops, I'm not in the middle of the line. I immediately know this is not right because that's more like a right angle. Former maths teacher here. You'd think I could get it right, but we're just going to go with it. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't actually matter if they're not exactly the same size, you just get a more irregular pattern. So once you've got your 6 lines, and you can just go do them all in one line, not like I did them as separate lines. I'm going to have to be careful on this bit because these are very long. Am I still going to be able to do it? Yes. And the reason I'm going to be able to do it is because I'm going to fudge it a bit, I think. No, I'm not. I'm just going to go with it. So you then make these pointy bits to make these kind of kite shapes. And again, ideally, you do want to keep them all the same size. But it's not the end of the world if you don't. Gives it more character. That's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. So once you've got that bit, you then do the next bit. And with the next bit, and this is where I could have made this, well, with these lines, I could have made them shorter because I could have combined the next bit, but I didn't want to. So we're going to extend this one, not probably as much as I would like, although who said I can't go onto that page? Nobody. I'm going to leave that. I'm going to start on this one and then we'll work back to see how far that line needs to be. So the next bit is that we are going to come, no, I'm going to turn it around again. Sorry to confuse you, everybody. So we're going to come and extend this line, and then we need to have a line parallel to this one. It goes there, and then we're going to join that. Turn our tile, extend this line, I'm only just going to have space on here for this. You see what I mean by it grows big? And you can, instead of doing this end bit, you can go out that way so it's parallel to that line. And if you want to do little dots to know where to stop, you can do. I mean, ideally, this needs to go slightly off the page, but we'll fudge it. Turn your tile, extend this line. In fact, I'm going to turn this and then come parallel to this here, keeping my eye on that angle there. Like that. Turn my tile again, extend this line, come parallel there. Turn it round, and then I am going to have to go over on that line, I think, am I? Well, I can just about squeeze it in there. Let's draw. Is that going to be enough? Yes. So I am going to just literally draw on that fold line, very close to the wire. Now for the little triangles, what you ideally want is that they line up. Oh, I've missed one, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got to do this bit here, haven't I? Yes, Sue, you do. And so we're going to extend this way. And draw a parallel line. And draw a parallel line. Then we need to do the little triangle bits. And with the little triangle bits, what you're looking for is for them to come from the corner here and join up with that line there. So we want to go like this. So then it joins up with there. Turn our tile. And then this one we want to join with there. Now it's not going to go directly across, so you can curve it in slightly so that it looks like it's going to join up. And this one here is going to join up with that line. And this one here is going to join up with that one. And this one here is going to join up with there. And this one here is going to join up with that one over there. Just because of the size of these in the middle, that's why it looks a bit odd. So there's my very wonky Cochombros. And then comes the fun bit with the shading. So you have to see which bits are underneath the other bits. So this bit folds under here. And then here. And here. And then next, and as long as you're consistent in which lines you're shading, it will look okay. And this is one that really messes with your eyes, actually, because in my head, I see this is the end of a cuboid, a box there. And then this box is kind of on top of that box. It's quite mind-bending, it really is. Except I think that line there should have really kind of probably come there. I went a bit ambitious over there, but it's fine. No mistakes in Zentangle. Just happy accidents and learning. So now we've got the middle star kind of bouncing out at us. And in terms of other shading, you can put shading on these middle bits here. I'm going to just do it on one side and see what it looks like. So I'm going on the bottom side of each line. In my one that I did in my book, I did do shading on both sides of this line, but I just want to see what this is going to look like. And I can always add shading. And you can, in fact, always take it away, because you can rub it out if you don't like it. Let's see what that looks like. It always looks different through the camera. So I'm going to put some white on these bits that poke out. And this really is a mind bender, because to me, like, all of that bit should maybe be shaded. And you can do that if you want to. But because we don't really bother with directional shading in Zentangle, in other words, where the light would come from, we can be quite flexible. I still haven't sharpened my pencil. Pastel, sorry. Do I want any more? I might want some. do a curvy bit there actually. Oh, wrong bits here. Is it the one? No, that's right. See what that looks like. Oh yes, I'm happy with that. So, did I say this was day 8? Is it day 8? Yes. Cochombros by Tania, Ferriol, Jover, CZT. There we go. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow for day 9. Bye now.